Oh, hello. I'm sort of trapped in this room with the aircon on as usual. The weather's been absolutely disgusting here. They burn off, before the bushfire season, and then I'm out in the country. I've got all these farms around here, and they burn off their winter crops, so you get the smoke and you get the dust of them digging up, the old stubble from the and the heat, the flies. Anyway, this is sort of it's not a response really. It's just I watched Brian Embryonic Robots take on that CD contest, and it was really interesting what he showed and the stories. I think it was Glenn Kellaway from the Basement and Larry Graves, or Canadian Stud Muffin as he used to be known, or still is, came up with it. I'm not going to follow that 15 rules thing. I'm just doing this for something to do. Now, the funny thing is, um, CDs, I said in a comment on Brian's channel that I hate the what do you call them, dual case CDs, and I like digipacks, and it's fun. Sorry about this. And yes, talking about digipacks and dual cases, and sure enough, my last I've got to stop buying stuff on eBay. I haven't been doing a lot, but I'm trying to pay down a debt I owe to the bank. And I own this house and property. Well, I did own it outright, but since I've been on the old age pension and fixed income, I've been borrowing off my credit card, and it's now I only own about 90% of it, or 95% of it all. Anyway, we were talking about why I don't like dual cases. See what arrived today in the post? Totally cracked. As an ex-post worker, I can assure you, these things are so easy to break. It's a damn shame because it's from 2002. It's like never been played or anything, and it comes cracked like that. That's why I hate dual cases. Now I bought this John Coltrane Quartet. I got a few of these actually. These are a great little series that came out in the 90s on the Impulse. Came in these lovely little, you know, digi packs with. They even reproduce the Impulse label, little booklet, beautiful little packages. These are 35 years ago, or 30 years ago, whatever it is. But that's just an example of why I like digipacks. To me, they're just like albums, shrunk in the wash. But anyway, this one, yes, Fleetwood Mac. Don't worry, it's the best of Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. Now, I've got quite a few of, well, not quite a few, I've got a few of these on my original 45s. I just can't get down and find them and pick them out and play them. I got this because it's got four great Peter Green tracks: Albatross, Black Magic Woman, Man of the World, wow, the Green Manalishi with a two-pronged crown, that is awesome. Um, and Oh Well, Part 1 and Part 2, which on the single, Part 1's on one side, Part 2's on the other, but here it's just one track, which was taken off an album of theirs. There's not much else on here. Too many bluesy things. I'm not a big fan of white boys playing the blues, but I used to think Santana's Black Magic Woman was great. I remember hearing the Fleetwood Mac version, but because I've heard the Santana one so many times, you just think, it's better than the Fleetwood Mac. I don't think it is. This is not as, this is pretty stripped back sort of stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed. It's just so good to be able to play those 5 tracks. Just use the skip button, and just got it. Where's the cat? There you are. That's my Yamaha CD player and Yamaha cassette player. I got them both. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ah, excuse me. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yes. Yeah, I did. I bought 2 CDs. In sometime must have been '86. That's when I got back to Sydney from Canberra. Yeah, it would have been '86. And I bought them. Remember those long? They came in a long box, and they looked really cool. But they stopped doing it because they thought it was a waste of cardboard, which it is. But I bought Highway 61 Revisited, Bob Dylan, and Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and a Holding Company. And I just thought I've got to get them in because. And the funny thing was, I bought them in a CD shop in Sydney, and it's like it was a little tiny shop. He had no vinyl. All he had was CDs, and he had hardly any of them because they cost $35 bloody dollars Australian in the 80s. That's horrific. They'd be like paying $150 today. They're insanely expensive. And the reason why I didn't get a CD player is because they're insanely expensive. So for years, I used to sit and look at these 2 CDs in their long boxes. And eventually I bit the bullet. And so what else? What were the other questions? Well, out here, you'd think living out here in the country, there'd be heaps of country music, but there's hardly any, and which is great because see, this is the other one. I've got 2 of those Yamahas, and they're huge. They're like they're so big, and the electronics inside are probably the size of a matchbox. But here's a couple of other CD boxes I scored the other day. Rigoletto, Sutherland, Pavarotti, and Milnes, Carmen, Bizet Carmen, Sir Thomas Beecham. I mean, I got those for $2 each. I mean, they're in beautiful condition. And, they got booklets and everything. Hang on, I got to put the cat out. Come on, come on. Out. Out you go. Go. Thank you. Yeah, so that was Digipax. I've got a few box sets in the other room, but this one I keep up here on this antique clock from the USA from the 1800s. It's my favourite album cover of all time, Gene Vincent and the Blue Cats. That's a great box set of Pere Ubu. Data Panic in the Year Zero. It's got all their just about everything they've ever released. And so, look, CDs. Yeah. Oh, that was going to say. This is suffering from the loudness wars. The first track, Albatross, is unlistenable. They've got the bass up on that so loud, and it's horrible. It's all wobbly and distorted, and it's not clear. It's ruined it. But then when Black Magic Woman came on, It actually improved it because it sort of gave it real oomph that was missing on the original single. And I was going, well, let's see what else. Then Green Manalishi with a two-pronged crown came in, kicked butt, man of the world, and oh well, was better than my original 45. So I've got Albatross on the 45, so I can always listen to that. So, that loudness thing works sometimes and other times it doesn't. So not much else to say. I'm just doing this to waste time and waste your time. But what other things were there? That'll do. Anyway, bye now.